Hello everyone, Bunga here. Today I'm going to make a very special episode. Why is it special? Because it's about a video game that was a very important part of my childhood. And that game is also based on the cartoon series that was a big part of my childhood. Now, how should I explain this? If you grew up in the 90s, you're bound to have watched Tiny Toon Adventures at some point of your life. Even though I was born in 1990 and the show stopped being produced around 1993 or 1994, I'm not so sure. Those of us who grew up with older relatives, could be an older brother or sister, we're bound to have some VHS tapes around and watch them even in the mid-late 90s, which was my case. I've watched the How I Spent My Summer Vacation movie a billion times. And I also had a few episodes on VHS, such as the 13th something, the one where Babs goes to become an actress in a TV series, the TV drama or whatever it was, the Promise Her Anything, where the Tiny Toon characters go on the prom, and also one where Babs has to deal with smokers and how they're and how cigarettes are gross. And there was also an episode where Buster, Babs, Plucky, and Hampton go to a fancy restaurant. So yeah, Tiny Toon Adventures was a big part of my childhood, and it was directed by Steven Spielberg, and just like Animaniacs, many of the people who wrote the scripts for Tiny Toon Adventures also went on to work in Animaniacs. Animaniacs, which seems to be more fondly remembered than the Tiny Toon Adventures. I mean, Animaniacs is fun and also had a lot of fun characters, and lots of cartoons came out of it, like Freakazoid, Pinky and the Brain. As for Tiny Toon Adventures, you see, back in the 90s there was this trend of making a baby version of a lot of series, but don't let that fool you. Tiny Toon Adventures is not a baby version of the Looney Tunes, no. No, even though the characters are clearly based off Looney Tunes characters, but they're not babies, no. But hey, anyway, the game I'm talking about today is Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Bust Loose for the Super Nintendo. It's made by Konami. Now this game might very well be the greatest licensed game ever made. The greatest game based on the cartoon, maybe. Might be a bold statement to make, but that's how I feel. Because the game is actually pretty damn fun. And it holds up very well to this day. And I recommend it to anyone to play it. So why is this game so... Well, without further ado, I'll have to show it to you. Let's get on to it.
Ah, the nostalgia. I love this intro. Okay, so there are three difficulties: normal, challenge, and children. Children, basically, there's pretty much almost no boss fights, except for the final one. And normal is, well, the normal game. In challenge, you start the game with one heart. So let's play normal, which is how the game's supposed to be played. Now, before every level, there's this intro. So basically, it's like they're shooting an episode. So there's this connection between the game and the source material, which is pretty cool. And this intro, this tune in the cutscene has been used as the title screen of a couple of Tiny Toon episodes, like the one where Plucky goes to Hollywood. So that's also very nice and good not to show. The game is very true to the source material. Now, the first level is your while at Acme University. Now, you only play as Buster in this game, and he has to face off against mice, which apparently are assholes. I remember seeing some of these mice-looking guys in that Pep Central episode where she's against smoking. Oh, fucking frog. I always forget he's there. Alright, we'll increase our energy. Starts at 3 hearts. Now, as you might have noticed, Buster sometimes can run. You press the L or the R buttons and he can run. As you can see, the yellow bar and the energy or stamina, whatever you want to call it, is pink. And you can see for how long it lasts. And this is actually a feature, a feature that's used throughout the game, and it's very well implemented in my opinion. So it's not just a typical platformer where you just jump and attack enemies. No. The first thing you notice about this game is how nice the soundtrack is, and also how nice it looks. It looks very much like a Tiny Toon's episode in video game format. The graphics are pretty good. It also sounds like a Tiny Toon episode, at least the OST sounds. And anyway, I really like how the library level you can just you just make the shelves move like this. Boom! Oh, this Tramontana Max statue. Oh, Arnold. He's the mini boss of this stage. And look at the blocky painting in the background. Alright, you gotta go left. Now, Tiny Toon Adventures is a very 90s show, product of its time, so unless you grew up in the 90s like I did, I'm not sure I'd recommend this show to you unless you do some research about the decade itself. But it's definitely a classic from the early 90s, kind of like the Ninja Turtles cartoon from the 80s is a classic from the late 80s, so... Oh, I am done. Hampton here is telling you about now we're about to have the first boss fight in the game. Daisy's going crazy in the kitchen and Buzz gotta stop him. Now this is one of the most original boss fights I've ever played in a video game. Yeah, why? Well, because... Oh, shit. Well, because instead of, beating the hell out of Dizzy, because you gotta feed him. Yeah, that's how you beat it. You can beat the shit out of him, but it's not gonna do anything, and honestly, why would you beat the shit out of Dizzy, that poor guy? He's so cute. Look, I just did it because I didn't want to get hit, but I feel bad every time I hit. I'll never remember the first time I played this boss fight. It was taking me like forever when I was a kid. Oh, there you go, fed him. You gotta feed him several times. I didn't count them, but I think it's like 8 or so. Anyway, first time I faced this Dizzy Devil in this game when I was a little kid. It took me forever because I thought I had to beat the shit out of him. I didn't speak English at the time, so I didn't know what the hell Hampton told me. Or did I care? And I asked my brother, why can't I beat Dizzy? And he said, you gotta feed him. You're not supposed to beat the hell out of him. So yeah. So yeah, that's a memory from my childhood. And it's these kind of memories that make certain games I grew up with really memorable and really special and sentimental favorites after all these years. As you can tell, this is based on the Tasmanian Devil. Okay, now he's full, and now he goes to sleep. And you beat the first boss of the game. Captain, everything is okay. Dizzy fell asleep. Look at him. He ate all the food in the kitchen. And Buster is just like, oh well, he just shrugs. Now between each level, you have this wheels game where you play a mini game. You spin the wheel, and you get a minigame. There are 5 different minigames where you play as a different character. And you can probably tell more or less, you can probably tell from the characters that are on the... Okay, so first of all, we're gonna play the Furball game, which is a squash game. Furball's Championship Squash. You have a chance to get extra lives. And that's what the minigames are for. Now basically you gotta hit the ball several times in a row, up to 15 times without missing, and you'll get an extra life. And that's easier said than done, because the ball speed ups every time you hit it, and other characters will run in front of you, which will either speed up or slow down the speed of the ball. So yeah, here I am, and I like how Hampton he's just watching Furball whack the ball, and Hampton just smiling. He's like he's having a blast watching Furball play squash. Maybe, I guess squash is a good sport to test to improve your reflex or something, but the idea of just whacking a ball into a wall for it to bounce back and for me to whack the ball back to the wall again is just I don't know, sounds a bit boring, but I suppose it has but there's a point to it. Otherwise, why would squash be a thing? Anyway, less than 20 seconds left. Can I make it to 15? Can I? And get an extra life? Oh, stop. Miss. Oh well, not a big deal. Oh, I got one up. I like how Furball looks a bit embarrassed at the end of the game. Now the second stage is considerably long stage, which is quite a difference from the first one. It's set in the Wild West, which is always a great setting. Here I have Plucky and explain the dash, in case you haven't mastered it yet. And trust me, you really need the dash button for this stage. And you'll find out about later, because this stage is actually one of the hardest in the game. And even though I was good at this stage when I was younger, I had not actually played this game in over a decade, so I was a bit rusty and lost a few times. And got a couple of game overs. Well, first of all, but first, let's see the first section of the game. It's not that it's not that bad. You'll watch the tomatoes, I think. I don't know who these guys are. Not remember them from the Tiny Toon Adventures cartoon series, but that fucking coyote throwing tomatoes from his head. Yeah, jump. You gotta be careful, because if you miss on your jump, you get hit and lose a heart. I love the tune in these stages. It's basically as the Tiny Toon Adventures theme if it was a western. The blue donkey horse or whatever will just propel into the air. Boom! Love that sound effect. Now the stars, as you can see, basically think of them as in coins in Mario games. Once you get 100 of them, you gain an extra life, basically. The dog just explodes in the air. In fact, that's a running theme with regular enemies in this game. They'll just explode or something, or turn into dust. Watch the barrels, don't want to get hit. And there's Montana Max. Montana Max is the bank robber. It's too late. I'm Montana Max. Have gotten all the felony. Bye, Buster Bunny. Wait, he called him Buster Bunny. He didn't just call him Rabbit, like he always does. And now that's where the difficult part is. You're on the runaway train. And you can see the stage moves to the left, and you gotta be careful, because if you leave the screen to the left, then you lose. Oh, and watch. Oh yeah, and these fucking nets. Boom. Yep, you gotta be careful. Alright, dash. Now this is where the hard part comes. You miss time at the beat and you're dead. There you go. See? And you gotta start it all over again, obviously. Let's try it again. Oh. Yikes. Game over. Continue. And you gotta start the stage all over again from the beginning, the first section. Alright. Now this is still the second section of the game, but it's more like a second part to itself. The bridge is collapsing. That's not very good engineering. Who made that bridge? You know, I think video games love this cliche of the collapsing running away from a collapsing structure of some sort. Ocarina of Time also did this with Ganon's castle falling near the end. Now this is the third part of the second section. Well, they're in the tunnel, so naturally it's a bit tough. You gotta face these two guys who look like two mobsters, the one with the pink sweater said Yale, as in the American University. There's no way a guy like that attended Yale. Come on, he's not like one of the top universities. Maybe that's the joke. I loved it. And the mini boss is this guy who's like a magician, and his wand stretches like Luffy the monkey's arms. Gomu gomu no! Bazooka! And now there's this part which is a bit tricky. You gotta jump from these wood rectangles, wood boards. And they're rather narrow, so you gotta be careful. Oh yeah. Oh, it's Arnold for them. You can kick his ass and get some stars. Even though he helped you. Yeah, like I told you, this stage is pretty long. Almost went to space, and now in the third and final section. Listen to this dramatic music. You gotta watch the flame, and also the smoke, which is hot as hell. Ouch! You actually gotta destroy the, or else game over. Anyway, it's Montana Max who's conducting the train, but he's running out of control. Look at him panicking. Haha, serves you right, Max. Serves you right, Montana. You can't rob a bank and get away with it. Why is he even robbing a bank? He's filthy rich on it. Somebody help me! The train is out of control. He's always causing trouble. Okay, let's escape by jumping on that railroad cart. So yeah, there's no boss fight in this stage. Well, technically the boss is the train running out of control. You can't let it catch you or else you die. So yeah, button matching like how Buster looks like he's not breaking a sweat with all these, while Montana Max looks like he's in pain. I guess Buster is in better shape or something. There's also this mini game, or one of the mini games now. This time is the one where where it's about competing. Yours has to outweigh the opponents, but the thing is, it's completely random. You just gotta play a guessing game. Which one are you gonna face off against? And you better hope that yours is gonna be averaging theirs. So yeah, I already got two wins against the opponent and one draw. So I already got 2 lives. Oh, another draw. Okay, so I'll let him have Montana Max outwing me this time. But yes, 2-1, I win. Then always gives me a hard time. Oh, well, I guess I'll have to go. Uh-oh, it looks like it's going to rain. I better get inside so I don't catch soaking wet. I think you can just tell what kind of stage it's gonna be, yes. The haunted house stage, I love that cliche. Come on, Buster, you know what you're walking yourself into. Spook Mansion! Look at Buster. Spook Mansion is a cool level. Might not look that interesting at first, but trust me, once you get to the second section of the stage, you'll find it actually quite interesting. Oh. Watch for the ghosts. These are not like the boos in the Mario games. These balls are pretty useful, and they're a feature of the stage. I like how it says welcome even though you're inside the mansion. So what's that supposed to be, the hall? The waiting hall for the guests? That's pretty large. For whom the bell tolls. Dun, dun. Watch that some of the balls are actually monsters. And there are also these Siamese twins, Frankenstein monsters or whatever the hell they are. I almost died there. But the dashing feature saved me. Man, these guys are tough. The stage itself is has a bit of puzzle elements to it, which is pretty cool. Gotta get that extra heart. Yay. I love how the Tiny Toon characters are in the background. They're like, this is like some sort of church. Oh, Babs, why are you looking so scared? Your friend? Who is it? Shirley the Duck? Fifi? Wait, that guy, he was in one of the episodes too, I think. And he actually takes a liking to Babs. Oh, so that's what she meant. Another nod to the cartoon series, to the source material. This game is very faithful. By the way, I didn't mention each one I was playing against Dizzy, but the boss theme song, it actually plays a bit. The boss theme actually plays a few times in the Tiny Toon cartoon series as well. Usually when there's a sort of crazy situation or such. Basically, Babs Bunny is under mind control of a mad scientist, so you gotta destroy the machine. You shouldn't beat him up, the poor guy. Unless, well, Maybe if he corners you, better do it. But that's not how you beat this boss. Oh. Master, thank you for saving my friend. Hey, no problem. It was no trouble at all, perhaps. And that's how Buster celebrates. And now we're doing my favorite minigame, which is Plucky's Bingo. Now, Plucky is probably my favorite character in Tiny Toon Adventures. Just like Daffy Duck was my favorite Looney Tunes character. Basically, you get 7 tries, 7 balls, and well, I think we all know the rules of Bingo, so it's all a matter of luck. And usually, I'm lucky 90% of the time in this minigame. Very rarely have I reached the end without getting a single line of bingo and a single extra life. You know, I love Plucky's expression when he grabs the ball. He's like, yeah, I got this, or I know the secret. Because he looks at the ball first and knows what the morale the character is. He has a naughty look on his face. Okay, now this is the strangest stage in the game. Why do I say this? Because, well, it's because you play an American football style game. Or a hand-deck game, or whatever you want to call it. And obviously, as a European, I don't know the rules of this fucking sport. I know this game you can either choose to run or pass. I always go for run because the few times I tried pass, I never managed to get it right. And well, you cannot lose health or lose a life in this stage. It's almost like a bonus stage, more or less. Well, not really a bonus stage, but more like a free stage, so to speak. A stage that well, you gotta beat it within a time limit. Because you gotta turn around the score, I think. You just need to score a touchdown, or whatever it's called, in order to win the game for Acme University. And the opponents keep tackling you, stopping you, I don't know. There you go, you trying to pass. But no, I can't. The ball falls to the ground, the weirdly shaped ball falls to the ground, and you gotta go back. The stage music is kinda cool though. And boom, you score the touchdown and you win. This is funny because I don't see any of these characters as particularly athletic. I mean, Buster maybe, but Verbal, Hampton, and Plucky, yeah, right. Let's see what mini game I get this time. The suspense. Oh no, Hamptons. It's my least favorite one, and I'll show you why. This is the worst. This is my least favorite one, the one I suck the most at, because, well, you gotta move the tiles as it explains, but the problem is the controls are reversed. Up is down, down is up, left is right, right is left, so it's a fucking mess. You gotta catch the apples. Oh shit. So he either falls down though, or he trips over and falls flat on his face. Now this is also a stage that, well, in this case you can die, unlike the American football stage, but there's no enemies, so basically you just gotta be careful not to fall off stage. And this stage is not included in in the children difficulty mode for some reason. And the funny thing is that in the Japanese version of the game, this stage you need to use a password to unlock it. The cool thing about it, so basically I call this the balloon stage. Dun, 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 dun. The music is pretty nice. So yeah, you're in the sky, you gotta jump on bubbles. You gotta be careful not to mistime your jump, or else you'll fall down to the screen and die. In this case there was a balloon here, but had I fell 1 centimeter to the right, then I would have been dead and lost a life. Captain is here to help you. Now this balloon looks like the sphere you walk on in Sonic 3. That special blue sphere stage, doesn't it? It does look like it. Hell, you could argue that the dash feature of this game is similar to Sonic's Speed Dash, I suppose. Clearly, this game borrowed some elements from Sonic and Mario, since they were the two top platformers of the time this game came out. I mean, this is from the early 90s after all. Yes, the Led Zeppelin of Buster Bunny Bash Bunny. They're not related. They even say so in the theme song. And they definitely have a bit of a crush on each other. It never turns into full-blown romance, but I do remember them kissing in the 13-something episodes. And yes, this is the, well, oh shit. Yeah, it is a Pierce. Anyway, as I was saying, this is the boss fight. Yikes. Well, this is fucking embarrassing. Gotta catch enough of those with the flashing balls inside them in order to make that platform appear. Fuck. Yeah, this part will be frustrating, as you can see. Maybe I just suck at it, I don't know. Alright. Pinballs. You gotta catch all the balls. Look like fucking Smarties or Skittles. Okay. You gotta get in there. It's a bit tricky, but okay. But if a few tries you'll manage to. And this is the boss fight. How the fuck did Calamity's Coyote booking up there? Ah, the building about to collapse. Good night is cliche. I quite like the Greco-Roman-like aesthetics of this stage section. It doesn't even look like the same stage, to be fair. Alright, successfully escaped. This time I'm playing the Babs Bunny minigame where you gotta find your friends to open the doors. This one is tough because you gotta avoid a bunch of people. Oh shit, Arnold caught me. No extra life, okay. And we're off to the very last stage. And we're going to space this time. And it's clearly based on Star Wars, as you can see, just from the cutscene alone. But it's going to become even more obvious once you start playing the stage. You never got stage right, yeah. Not surprised. There you go. Yes, you gotta walk left. Ah, these guys are clearly the clones from the Star Wars game. Watch the falling robots. Man, I love this stage team. Now you gotta look for a key in order to open that. This flying ship that looks more like a submarine or some shit. And you press down on the D-pad and it opens after you get the key, obviously. A blue light, and you can actually walk inside it. I don't know how that's supposed to work, but okay. Now this part you gotta be careful. Now you gotta press down, otherwise you'll lose a heart. Because there's some explosion or something in the background. I like how Bester, when he ducks, basically his ears end up to tying himself as if it's their shoelaces or something, and he also looks a bit bored. The gravity is so strong. So yeah, you gotta press these buttons a few times in order for these giant balls to destroy the floor, so that you can access these sections. The upper one is just to get a bunch of stars. And the bottom one is, well, it's where the level continues, so you actually gotta break it. Otherwise you will not advance. Oh, this guy. One of the robots. He jumped like one of the Ninja Turtles in the NES game. Like seriously, he does. Now hearts. The hard course or easy course. So basically, what do you have to do here? You might be wondering. You gotta run up these walls and avoid drops falling. See? The guns will come in and give you some heavy metal music. Alright. That one was tough. Naturally, this is the longest and also the toughest stage in the series or the game, or it's supposed to be. While the second stage is also quite challenging, which is quite funny. The last and the second stages are the most challenging ones in the game. And here we go! The final boss. Darth Vader. Haha, good buddy, you are more powerful than I have foreseen, oh 901. Hey, where is Princess Babs? I return her if you can defeat me, just try and take my paralyzer gun. I warn you, do not underestimate my powers. Well, this is Darth Vader, or Darth Vader's version of the Tiny Toons. Oh shit, that fight my ass. So you gotta use the ray against him. Oops. I mean, obviously he's not Darth Vader, he looks more like I don't know, looks like a duck under that mask. You know, I already saw the well, not the cutscene, but the intro to the boss fight. I didn't need to see this again. Come on now, game. Yeah. You gotta just avoid it. It's actually easier to avoid anything. Because finally the controls in this game is very responsive. So yeah, this game does pretty much everything well, even the features it has, and like the dashing, it's all implemented very well, and there's nothing really I can say against this game really. There's nothing bad about this game. It's a very fun game. Boom, defeated. And we say Princess Babs Bunny. You're wonderful. Strong. Good looking. Cool. Okay, he's cool, yeah. And the greatest. The greatest. Now that's Bugs Bunny. Come on now, Babs. Buster didn't want to kiss? Wait, what's Darth Vader doing there? Wait, Plucky was Darth Vader? Plucky, the final boss of the video game, really? I mean, okay, I've already seen Montana Max as the boss of the second level, so you don't fight him, but Plucky is the final boss of the game is not something that one would expect. And the ending credits. You don't need to see those. And finally, I want to show you the password system of the game. It's a very straightforward and simple password system, as you can see. None of those super long passwords that some games have. By the way, besides stage select, you can also input a password which can let you play any of the mini games you want at any time, which is a cool feature. Because it can help you practice the mini games too. So yeah. Anyway, now as I say in the beginning of this video, this might very well be the greatest licensed game of all time, which might have been a bold statement to make, but well, maybe not the greatest, but certainly top 10. I mean, as far as games based on cartoon series or comic book series or movies. Franchises. This is one of the best game series, one of the best video game adaptations of other media. Now, as far as the Super Nintendo goes, the only game based on a cartoon series that I think can top to Tiny Toon Adventures plus Super Exclusives, Turtles in Time. So yeah. Now, if you're not a Tiny Toons fan, would I recommend this game? You could still have fun because it's a very good game. But obviously you enjoy it more if you're a Tiny Toon Adventures fan, if you're familiar with the series. But I think it's definitely a gem that any Super Nintendo player should have in their collection. And that's it. That was the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you like it, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. And if you enjoy my content and want to see more of it, please don't forget to subscribe. Kaiser Pranga out. See you next time.